तो दोस्तों आज जो हम चैप्टर पढ़ेंगे उसका नाम है गेटिंग टू नो प्लांट्स। तो इस चैप्टर में हम प्लांट्स के बारे में जानेंगे। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। तो go outside and observe all the plants around you. Do you see that some plants are small, some very big, while some are just patches of green on the soil? Some have green leaves while some others have reddish ones. Some have huge red flowers, some have tiny blue ones, while some have none. We do see a variety of plants existing all around us, near our homes, in the school ground, on the way to the school, in the parks and gardens, isn't it? Let us get to know the different parts of any plant. This will help us understand the differences between plants of different kinds. Can you label the stem, branch, root, leaf, flower and fruit of the plant shown in figure 7.1? Color the parts of the plant. Herbs, shrubs and trees. Activity 1. Look closely at the stem and branches of plants much smaller than you, plants that are about your size and plants which are much taller than you. Feel their stem and try to bend them gently to see if they are tender or hard. Take care that the stem doesn't break. Hug the tall plants to see how thick their stems are. We also need to notice from where the branches grow in some plants. Close to the ground or higher up on the stem. We will now group all the plants we observed in table 7.1. Some examples are shown. You can fill the column first. सजेशन क्या है स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, देखते हैं. स्टूडेंट कैन वर्क इन ग्रुप ऑफ 4 to 5 so that a minimum number of plants are harmed, damaged. You may also use weeds with soft stems for the activities. Do you know what weeds are in crop fields, lawns or in pots? Often some unwanted plants or weeds start growing. Have you seen farmers removing these weeds from their fields? 2 and 3 for many more plants. Fill column 4 later after studying the section. Based on these characters, most plants can be classified into 3 categories: herbs, shrubs and trees. An example of each is shown in figure 7.3. You can see herbs, shrubs and trees. Plants with green and tender stems are called herbs. They are usually short and may not have many branches. You can see the figure 7.3. Some plants develop branches near the base of a stem. The stem is hard but not very thick. Such plants are called shrubs. Figure 7.3. B. Some plants are very tall and have hard and thick stem. The stems have branches in the upper part much above the ground. Such plants are called trees. Based on the above characteristics, can you now classify the plants listed by you and complete column 4 in table 7.1. Paheli wonders what kind of a stem the money plant, beanstalk, gourd plants and grapevines have. Do observe some of these plants have. How are these different from a herb, a shrub, or a tree? Why do you think some of them need support to climb upwards? Plants with weak stems that cannot stand upright but spread on the ground are called creepers, while those that take support and climb up are called climbers. These are different from the herbs, shrubs, and trees. Perhaps there are some plants in your school or at home that you take care of. Write down the names of any two trees, shrubs, herbs, or creepers growing in your house or school. 7.4 में है creepers और 7.5 में है climbers. स्टेम 7.2 में स्टेम देख रहे हैं हम लोग. ऑब्जर्व क्लोजली द स्टेम्स ऑफ डिफरेंट प्लांट्स अराउंड यू. नोट डाउन डिफरेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स पार्ट्स borne by the stem. Compare your observations with the that of your friends. What do you find? Stems bear leaves, branches, buds, flowers, and fruits. Activity 2. We would require a glass, water, red, blue ink, and a soft stem. Pour water to fill 1/3 of the glass. Add a few drops of red or blue ink to the water. Cut the base of the stem and put it in the glass as shown in figure 7.6. Observe the setup. Does the color appear in the stem? You will find that the color rises in the stem if this is kept for a longer period. The color appears in the veins of leaves also. How do you think the color reached there? From this activity we see that the stem helps in upward movement of water. The water and minerals go to leaves and other plant parts attached to the stem. फिगर 7.7 देखिए. ए में क्या लिखा है? वाटर मूव्स अप द स्टेम एंड रीचेस लीव्स. बी में लिखा है एनलार्ज व्यू ऑफ ओपन एंड ऑफ स्टेम. 7.6 में लिखा है स्टेम इन अ ग्लास विद कलर्ड वाटर. 7.3 है लीफ. ऑब्जर्व द लीव्स ऑफ सम प्लांट्स अराउंड यू and draw them in your notebook. Are all the leaves of same size, shape, and color? How are leaves attached to the stem? The part of leaf by which it is attached to the stem is called petiole. The broad green part of the leaf is called lamina. Can you identify these parts of the leaves in plants around you? Do all the leaves have petioles? 7.8 में देखिए एक लीफ है जिसमें लैमिना, स्टेम, petiole. Let us get to know the leaf better by taking its impression. If you thought that leaves cannot shine, here is an activity which will make you think again. Activity 3. Put a leaf under a white sheet of paper or a sheet in your notebook. Hold it in place as shown in figure 7.9. Hold your pencil tip sideways and rub it on the portion of the paper having the leaf below it. Did you get an impression with some lines in it? Are they similar to those on the leaf. The lines on the leaf are called veins. Do you see a prominent line in the middle of the leaf? This is called the midrib. The design made by veins in a leaf is called the leaf venation. If this design is net-like on both sides of midrib, the venation is reticulate. In the leaves of grass, you might have seen that the veins are parallel to one another. This is parallel venation. Observe the venation in as many leaves as you can without removing them from the plant. Draw the pattern and write names of some plants having reticulate and parallel venation. Shall we now find out some of the functions of a leaf? ये 7.10 देख लीजिए, लीफ वेनेशन है. वेनेशन और मिडरिब. मिडरिब क्या होता है, वेनेशन क्या होता, वेन्स क्या होता है, ये देख लीजिए. लीफ वेनेशन तो रेटिकुलेट एंड पैरेलल. ठीक है. Shall we now find out some of the function of a leaf? आगे पढ़ते हैं. एक्टिविटी 4 क्या है कि we will require a herb, 2 transparent polythene bags and thread. Do this activity during daytime on a sunny day. Use a healthy, well-watered plant that has been growing in the sun. Enclose a leafy branch of the plant in a polythene cover and tie up its mouth as shown in figure 7.11. Tie up the mouth of another empty polythene cover and keep it also in the sun. After a few hours, observe the inner surface of the covers. What do you see? Are there any droplets of water? How do you think they got there? Don't forget to remove the polythene bag after the activity. Water comes out of leaves in the form of vapor by a process called transpiration. Plants release a lot of water into the air through this process. We will learn more about this in chapter 14. Why did we tie a cover around the leaves? Would we have seen the water evaporation if we had not tied a polythene cover? What makes the water appear on the polythene bag? In chapter 5, we noticed water changing into different forms in some of our activities. Can you think of these and name the process that makes water drops appear on the polythene cover? Leaves also have another function. Let us study this. Activity 5. We would require a leaf spirit, a beaker, test tube, burner, water, a watch glass, and iodine solution for this activity. Take a leaf in a test tube and pour spirit to completely immerse the leaf. Green leaf. What does the leaf contain? Purplish colored leaf. Iodine solution. Note, since the activity involves the use of a spirit and heating, it is advised that it is demonstrated by the teacher in the class. Now place the test tube in a beaker half filled with water. Heat the beaker till all the green color from the leaf comes out into the spirit in the test tube. Take out the leaf carefully and wash it in water. Place it on a watch glass and pour some iodine solution over it. Figure 7.2. What do you observe? Compare your observations with those done in chapter 2. When you tested food for presence of different nutrients, does this mean that the leaf has starch in it? In chapter 2, we saw that a slice of raw potato also shows the presence of starch. Potatoes get this starch from their leaves and store it. Leaves prepare their food in the presence of sunlight and a green colored substance present in them. For this, they also use water and carbon dioxide. This process is called photosynthesis. Oxygen is given out in this process. The food prepared by leaves ultimately gets stored in different parts of plants. We have seen that the stem supplies leaf and water. The leaf uses the water to make food. The leaves also lose water through transpiration. How do the stem and leaves get water? That is where the roots comes in. Root. Look at figure 7.13. Who do you think is watering their plant correctly, Paheli or Bhujo? Why? You can see the 7.13 watering the plants. Paheli or Bhujo को देखो. Which part of the plant is in the soil? Let us learn more about this part from the following activity. Activity 6. You would require 2 pots, some soil, khurpi for digging, blade or a pair of scissors and water. This activity is to be done in group of 4 to 5 students. Select 2 plants of the same kind from an open ground and dig them out with roots. Take care that their roots do not break. Plant one of them in pot A. Cut off the roots from the, ये देखिए 7.14 में plant with roots and without roots. ठीक है. Other plant and plant it in pot B, figure 7.14. Water them regularly. Observe the plants after a week. Are both plants healthy? Both the plants are watered regularly, but one is without roots, isn't it? Does this activity help you understand an important function of the root? Let us do an activity to study another function of root. Activity 7. We would require seeds of gram and maize, cotton wool, katori bowl and some water. Take 2 katoris bowl. Place some wet cotton in them. Put 3 or 4 seeds of gram in one and maize in the other. Keep the cotton wet by sprinkling water every day until the sprouts have grown into young plants. After a week, try to separate the young plants from the cotton. Young plants grown on cotton. Was it easy to separate the cotton from the roots? Why? In activity 6, we could not pull out the plants from the soil. Right. We dug them out. This is because roots help in holding the plant firmly to the soil. They anchor the plant to the soil. You have seen that there are different kinds of stems and leaves. Do the roots also show a variety? Let us find out. Activity 8. Study figure 7.16 A and B carefully. Now look at the roots of the gram plants you have pulled out from the cotton in the previous activity. Do they look like the roots shown in figure 7.16A or those in figure 7.16B? How about the roots of maize plant? Write gram or maize in the blank space in the figure after matching the roots with the figures. In what way are the roots of gram and maize similar? In what way are they different? There seem to be 2 different types of roots, isn't it? Are there also other types of roots? Let us find out. Activity 9. Go to an open ground where many wild plants are growing. Dig out a few. Wash the soil of the roots and observe them. Do you find that all of them have either the kind of roots shown in figure 7.17a or as in figure 7.17b? For roots of tap roots and fibrous roots, for roots of the kind shown in figure 7.17, the main root is called tap root and the smaller roots are called lateral roots. Plants with the roots as shown in figure 7.17 B do not have a main root. All roots seem similar and these are called fibrous roots. Separate the plants you have collected into two groups. In group A, put those that have tap roots, and in group B, those that have fibrous roots. Look at the leaves of the plants in group. What kind of venation do they have? What kind of venation do you see for plants of group B? Do you notice that leaf venation and the type of roots in a plant are related in a very interesting way in table 7.2? Can you match the type of leaf venation and the type of roots for some plants you have studied in all the activities so far? We have learned that roots absorb water and minerals from the soil, and the stems conducts these to leaves and other parts of the plant. The leaves prepare food. This food travels through the stem and is stored in different parts of plant. We eat some of these roots like carrot, radish, sweet potato, turnip and tapioca. We also eat many other parts of a plant where food is stored. Do you agree that stem is like a street with two-way traffic? Write the name of material that goes up in the stem and that which comes down. Stem as two-way traffic, street. 7.18. In the next section we will study about the structure of a flower. So flower, you are shown three branches of a rose in figure 7.19. A, B and C. Which one will help you best to recognize the plant? A leaf, branch, a branch with leaves, a branch with leaves and flowers. Which color did you use for the flower in figure 7.19c? Are all flowers colorful? Have you ever seen flowers on grass? Wheat, maize, mango or guava, are those brightly colored? Let us study a few flowers. When choosing flowers to study, avoid using marigold, cherry, chrysanthemum or sunflower. You will learn in higher classes that they are not single flowers but groups of flowers. Activity 10. We would require one bud and two fresh flowers each of any of the following: datura, China rose, mustard, brinjal, lady's finger, gulmohar. Also a blade, a glass slide or a sheet of paper, a magnifying glass and water. Observe figure 7.20 carefully. Look at the prominent parts of the open flower. These are the petals. Different flowers have petals of different colors. Where do you think the petals are in a closed bud? Which is the most prominent part in a bud? Did you see that this part is made of small leaf-like structures? They are called sepals. एक बार ये देख लेते हैं, बर्ड एंड फ्लावर में पेटल्स देख लो आप, सेपल्स देख लो क्या होता है। आगे पढ़ते हैं। Take a flower and observe its petals and sepals. Now answer the following questions. How many sepals does it have? Are they joined together? What are the colors of the petals and the sepals? How many petals does the flower have? Are they joined to one another or are they separate? Do the flowers with joined sepals have petals that are separate or are they also joined together? Fill the table based on the observations of the whole class. Add observations to this table from a field trip to a locality where there are plants with flowers. Fill the last two columns later to see the inner parts of the flower clearly. You have to cut it open. If its petals are joined, for example in the datura and other bell-shaped flowers, the petals have to be cut lengthwise and spread out so that the inner parts can be seen clearly. Remove the sepals and petals to see the other parts. Study the figure 7.22. Carefully compare your flower with the illustration and identify the stamens and pistil. तो 7.22 कहाँ पे है देख लो। 7.22 ये रहा 7.22 जिसमें एक फ्लावर का चित्र बना हुआ है और स्टामेंस दिखा रहा है। स्टामेंस क्या होता है? क्रीम कलर वाला स्टामेंस है, पिस्टिल है ग्रीन कलर वाला और एंथर्स है येलो कलर वाला। ठीक है, तो स्टामेन एंड पिस्टिल इन योर फ्लावर। लुक एट फिगर 7.23 carefully. It shows different kinds of stamens present in different flowers. Can you recognize the two parts of the stamens in your flower? How many stamens are there in your flower? Draw one stamen and label its parts. आगे पढ़ते हैं। ये 7.23 पार्ट्स ऑफ स्टामेंस है, एंथर, फिलामेंट। ठीक है, उसके बाद है द इनर मोस्ट पार्ट ऑफ फ्लावर इज कॉल्ड द पिस्टिल. If you cannot see it completely, remove the remaining stamens. Identify the parts of the pistil with the help of 7.24. देख लो क्या है पार्ट्स ऑफ अ पिस्टिल है, स्टिग्मा, स्टाइल और ओवरी. Draw a neat label diagram of the pistil of your flower. Activity 11 में देख लो. Let us now study the structure of ovary. It is the lowermost and swollen part of the pistil. We will cut this part to study what is inside. Look at figure 7.25 A and B carefully to understand how to cut the ovary of a flower. ये देख लो क्या है, ब्लेड से काटा जा रहा है. Cutting an ovary, longitudinal cut and B transverse cut. Cut the ovary in two different ways as shown in figure 7.25. To prevent them from drying, put a drop of water on each of the two pieces of the ovary you have cut. Inner structure of an ovary, longitudinal cut and transverse cut. Observe the inner part of the ovary using a lens. Do you see some small bead-like structure inside the ovary? They are called ovules. Draw and label the inner parts of the ovary in your notebook. Try to find out the names of as many flowers as you can by asking the gardener or any other person. Remember not to pluck more flowers than you need based on what you have filled in table 7.3. Answer the following questions. Do all flowers have sepals, petals, stamens, and pistil? Are there flowers that do not have one or more of these? Are there flowers which have parts other than these? Did you find any flower which has no difference between sepals and petals? Did you find any flower in which the number of stamens is different from the number of petals? Do you now agree that the structure of the flower is not always the same? The number of sepals, petals, stamens, and pistil may also be different in different flowers. Some of these parts may even be absent at times. We have studied some features and functions of leaves, stems, and roots. We studied the structure of different flowers. We will learn about the function of flowers in higher classes. We will also learn about fruits in higher classes. So we have completed the lesson. देखो यहाँ पे वर्ड्स हमारे पास क्लाइंबर्स, कॉन्डक्ट, क्रीपर्स, फाइबरस रूट्स, हर्ब्स, लेमिना, लेटरल रूट्स, मिडरेब, ओव्यूल, पैरेलल, वेनेशन और पेटल्स है. पेटियोल, फोटोसिंथेसिस, पिस्टिल, रेटिकुलेट, वेनेशन, सेपल, सब्स, स्टामेन, टैपरूट, ट्रांसपिरेशन और ट्रीज वेन्स. तो दोस्तों देखो क्वेश्चन जितने भी पूछे गए ना इस चैप्टर को पढ़ते हुए, वो सारे क्वेश्चन के आपको जवाब कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखना है. और ये सारे जो हमने कीवर्ड्स पढ़े हैं इसके भी मीनिंग्स आपको लिखने हैं. मीनिंग्स आपको लिखना है कमेंट बॉक्स में. और चलिए समरी पढ़ लेते हैं. देखो, प्लांट्स आर यूजुअली ग्रुप्ड इनटू हर्ब्स, shrubs and trees based on their height, nature of stem and branches. The stem bears leaves, flowers and fruits. Leaf usually have a petiole and lamina. The pattern of veins on the leaf is called venation. It can be reticulate or parallel. Leaves gives out water vapor through the process of transpiration. Green leaves make their food by the process of photosynthesis using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. Roots absorb water and minerals from the soil. They also anchor the plant firmly in the soil. Roots are mainly of two types, taproot and fibrous root. Plants having leaves with the reticulate venation have tap roots, while plants having leaves with parallel venation have fibrous roots. The stem conducts water from roots to the leaves and other parts, and food from leaves to other parts of the plant. The parts of a flower are sepals, petals, stamens and pistil. तो we have completed the lesson now. एक्सरसाइज में क्वेश्चन देख लो, अगर किसी को स्क्रीनशॉट लेना हो तो और सॉल्व करना हो तो इसमें से आप देख सकते हो. क्वेश्चन लेके ये लिखो, सारे क्वेश्चन आप ले लो, ठीक है. और ये सजेस्टेड प्रोजेक्ट एक्टिविटी है, ये भी देख सकते हो क्या है, देख लेना अपना, ठीक है. तो वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द लेसन. और हमने टेबल नहीं देखा था तो देख लो टेबल में क्या क्या है. टेबल 7.3 में ऑब्जर्वेशन ऑन फ्लावर्स, ये देख लो. उसके बाद आगे और भी टेबल हमने नहीं देखे तो वो देख लो. यहाँ पे देखो 7.2 में है टाइप्स ऑफ रूट्स एंड टाइप्स ऑफ लीफ वेनेशन, ठीक है. आगे देख लो, सारे टेबल भी देख लो भाई, फिर कहोगे टेबल नहीं दिखाया हमने, ठीक है. ये देख लो, ये है टेबल 7.1 कैटेगरीज ऑफ प्लांट्स. तो हमारे पास इतने ही टेबल हैं, इसमें 3 टेबल थे तो हमने देख लिया. So thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe the channel and like and share the video with your family and friends. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Vande Mataram.